The date is December 9th, and the time is 3:13 a.m. in the morning, the middle of the night. And certainly you know why it is that I am up in the middle of the night recording this. It is because I just had an experience, and I'm going to share it with you. This is a very unusual experience, and honestly, I'm still trying to figure out exactly what happened, though I have a theory, and I'm going to go over that theory with you. Now, I could be completely wrong, guys. I don't know. I'm not sure what this was. This was very, very strange, but let me get right into it because I just want you to hear it. And as I go along, I'll kind of let you know what I think. Again, this is my theory of what happened, and you may have other theories as you hear this. So, about 1 o'clock in the morning or so, I got up to go to the restroom, and probably around 1:30, well, 1 o'clock in the morning, I got up to go to the restroom, and then I came back. I laid down in bed, but before I did, I was listening to some kind of talk thing on my iPad, and I decided to change it to storm sounds. As you know, storm sounds is my kind of go-to background noise when I attempt to have an experience. Sometimes I have silence, but storm sounds is kind of my go-to. So I was lying there, and eventually I hit my sweet spot, that place between being asleep and being awake. Sometimes I tell you about a surge of energy that I feel, and then I feel like I'm riding on this surge of energy or a tsunami of energy. I didn't feel that this time. There are other times I tell you that I feel a sense of movement when I do the beyond body. I feel like I might move to the left or to the right. And this was a very simple thing. I just simply felt as if I fell off my bed on the left side. And it's so funny because no matter how many times I do this, and I've said this before, no matter how many times I do this, guys, I always feel like I'm going to hit the floor. And I don't. I always stop right before I feel this feeling. I stop right before I hit the floor, and I'm hovering just above it. And then I felt a force prop me on to my feet, and I was in darkness. Now, eventually, for those of you who listen to the Beyond Body, you know that darkness lifts, and it was a while. I was patient. I wasn't trying necessarily to see before the darkness lifted, but after a while, though, I was thinking, I was having some sort of difficulty. I guess some of you would call it, or most of you might probably call it, the third eye. It's that feeling for me. This is what I feel is my third eye. It's that feeling that I have eyelids within my eyelids. And I think I've talked about that previously before. Or previously, I've spoken about having that feeling as if I can open eyelids within my eyelids. And once I do that, I can see. And I was doing that. I was opening my eyelids within my eyelids to see, sort of. And it was weird because I was thinking, well, I don't want to try and force this because what might happen is I might open my eyes in the 3D world and then this will all be over. So that was one of the things I was thinking of, but I seemed to be having a bit of difficulty. Now, there was a sense as I was doing this as if I were moving in the darkness, but not like the beyond body movement. I felt like I might have been in a car or something. There was that sense. Maybe I was in the back of a car. I'm not 100% sure. But there was a moment I believe I was on a road, maybe a desert road, and there was a man, and I don't remember what the circumstances were. He was either a security guard or perhaps a police officer. Now, one thing you have to know about me is um, I worked for years, worked very closely with the police. And so I've always had a respect for police officers, for law enforcement. So I want you to know that initially. And I've never actually done anything like this, but this person who was either a security guard or a police officer had that classic police officer security guard look, mustache, clean shaven, dark hair, that kind of thing. This person came at me and was attacking me, and I'm not sure why that was happening. At least while I was in this experience, I was like, what's going on? So when this man came at me, this was, this is when the strangeness starts here. I literally picked him up. I picked him up like a rag doll, and I threw this man an impossible distance, as if I had superhuman strength, honestly, like Superman or something. I threw him so far that I almost couldn't see him after I'd thrown him way up into the air. So if you can imagine, he comes at me as if he's charging me. I grab him and then I toss him. And when I tossed him, I don't know how I would have done that. And it felt like this man weighed nothing when I did it. I really, seriously. So moments later, and now it's going to get really strange, guys. Really strange, but I'm just going to report this to you as it happened to me. Right after that, I seemed to wake up, but I did not wake up in this world, in my 3D world. I woke up in a parallel universe, and apparently throwing this security guard, maybe police officer, was a dream that I was having in a parallel universe. And my theory is that when I arrived, I was having a dream, or a version of me was having a dream in that parallel universe, and then I woke up. Now, when I woke up in the parallel universe, I was still a kid in this version. I was still a kid, and I was laying there, and it was dark in my room. I couldn't see what my room looked like in this place. But I did notice that, and I believe this may have been what woke me up. The hallway, the light was on, and I could hear my mother. And I don't know if she was just coming home, or I'm not sure. But I do remember that she came into my room and she was tucking me in. That's what it felt like to me. You know, I can't be sure that she may have done that in this world when I was a kid. She may have come in, tucked me in when I was asleep. I'm not sure. But I had decided when I had woken up in this other universe, the kid version of me, I guess, decided to continue to pretend as if I was asleep. I didn't move too much. I kind of moved around. I think I moved around kind of dramatically in that sleeping way that you would do, just to kind of toss and turn a little bit, and to kind of continue to pretend, I guess, that I was asleep. My mother picked up a book that was near my feet, and she starts looking through the book. And apparently I read this book in that universe. I have no idea. She read one sentence from this book, but I can't remember what the sentence was. And she kind of, once she read the sentence, she kind of laughed a little bit. And then she kept kind of moving around with the book in her hands. And at some point, I opened my eyes and we started talking. But unfortunately, I can't remember what the conversation was. We were talking about something it may have had to do with whatever the subject of that book was. Well, moments later, I opened my eyes back here in the 3D world. I lost my grasp. I lost my grip on that reality, and I was back. Now, I want to tell you, as I end this, I guess it's going to be a shorter episode, I have to tell you that this was weird to me. I mean, a part of me was sitting there thinking as I was, because I was laying in bed for some time thinking about this and thinking, should I share this with you? Because this was weird. It was, it could have been classified sort of as a dream, but I don't think it was at all. My opinion is that that is not what happened. My opinion is that I had a dream in a parallel universe, or I was dreaming in a parallel universe, and I came into that dream. And then I woke up in the parallel universe, and I was awake, and I was a kid. It was very interesting. I don't know. Certainly, you guys might have some opinions, and I am sure you will express them in the comments. Thank you so much for coming on another journey with me, a strange one this time. Until next time, take care.